What about you, John? What's happiness? Quick, 3, 2, 1, and happiness.
Ho passato anni a cercarti. Non ti mancavo perché sono io o per il tuo disturbo?
I'm Damiano Panattoni from Italy Movieplayer. Hi guys, nice to meet you. Hi. So, more action, more humor, but above all, more love. Is love the most important element of the movie? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's always there, but you know, I think that it's definitely loneliness, you know, and family, and the holes inside us that we're trying to fill. I think it plays all the way through the entire piece, and you know, that Bill Dubuque is, you know, he wrote the script and he wrote the first one, and I really feel like those themes are all the way through both of them.
For Ben?
Sure. I mean, look, love is the kind of fundamental core aspect of our humanity, right? It's what separates us ostensibly from what makes us human, maybe. It's certainly the things that, and love is not just like, oh, it's love, like because we can love something, we can feel heartbreak. Because we can want love, we can feel loneliness. Because, and that dichotomy, the sort of two sides of that coin, which, you know, joy and sorrow are both sides of that coin of love, of the gain, of loss, all that stuff. That's about the human condition and struggle, and that was what I really love about this movie, is that there is a very genuine, in my view, sense of the love between these two guys, which does not mean that they're running around through fields of flowers with one another in utopia. It means they're trying to reconcile difficult stuff and come to terms with that, and that's what I think takes this from just being a movie where you can conveniently sign it to one genre to saying, look, this has something to say about the human condition.
There is a very beautiful sequence where you talk about happiness. What is happiness for you?
I believe this interview has about 3 minutes left. That's not going to suffice. I also don't know the answer, is the truth. What about you, John? What's happiness? Quick, 3, 2, 1, and happiness.
For John?
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah. Look. Again, you know, and go through the lens of this movie, I think it was important to me, you know, for this character, for Brax, to sort of I think it's a mistake. I think there's so much beauty to who Chris is, and there's sort of this exploration in the first movie of, you know, how he moves through the world and the challenges that he faces. And I really, what I was grateful for with Brax in this film, in the second film, was there's all these things that he does to cover. There's all these things that he does to mask, you know, sort of the hollowness that's inside him. But I think feeling loved, connection, family, friendship, loyalty, knowing somebody has your back, and I think you know, he's looking for that. He's you know, and I think that we found it. I was really happy making this movie. I'm usually not. I'm usually really a wreck, and I was really, yeah. Oh man, I hate myself. I'm like, this isn't work. Yeah, but I loved being. I really loved being with Ben. I loved it. I loved everything he did awakened something in me, and this one really felt easy, and I wish they could all be like that.
The movie said there is no good or bad, only right and wrong. What do you think about it, for Ben?
Well, I think that's something for the philosophers to wrestle with. It's an interesting moral question. I think that for me, like, there is a fundamental sense of like what's good or right, like feels aligned kind of with who you are. And going back to what John was saying about the movie, I have found an interesting connection between the experience you have with the people with whom you work and the work that ends up happening. Yes, I know there are people who believe that you kind of have to suffer to make it good, and there is something that can get revealed, you know, through suffering. But there is also like most of the time with Jon, for example, like he's an extraordinary father, and he's a guy that somebody around, most of our discussions were about fatherhood, parenting principally, and then about our work, which to me is kind of like, and family, as well. So it's like, that to me reflected like, we sort of share these priorities and we're able to connect in those ways, even though it's not directly related to the literal things in the movie. It like forges a bond. You feel a certain amount of comfort. You feel aligned, and that's what feels right to me and good.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Congratulations. Bye. Ciao.
Thanks so much.
Che fai?
Metto crema solare sulle gambe, si rischia di sviluppare un melanoma da adulti
Scusa,
e quindi...
me ne dai un po'?
Ah,
Me ne
sì,
dai?
certo.
Grazie.